Okay, so in the last lesson, we talked about how the world isn't fair. There's not a single one of us who would deny that reality. But the question is there anything we can do about it? The good news is there is. God is doing something about all of the inequity and unfairness and injustice that we see in the world around us. See, here's the reality. Even though you and I have each disobeyed God, we have sinned, we've done terrible things that have contributed to the pain and the suffering that we see in the world around us, even though we've done all of that, God still invites us to be a part of the solution to creating a more just and fair and equitable world. And here's how it's done. You and I, even though we've sinned, we still bear God's image. We're still made in the image of God. And even though that image might be like cracked, it's still there. And so what God did is He came into the world, He suffered under our sin, and He died in our place, so that when He defeated death by being raised from the grave, He could actually set us free from the powers of sin and death that cause us to continually disobey God. And so in that sense, He empowers us to be obedient. The Bible puts it this way: He actually writes His law on our hearts. Because you and I, we can't do what's right just by gritting our teeth and trying really hard to do so. God has to give us the power and give us the ability to do what's right in the world, to make the world better, to make the world a more just place. Here's the reality. God wants you to be great. God wants you to do great things. God is inviting every one of us into His plan to heal the brokenness and to heal the pain that exists in our world. And you and I, we can be a part of that. And we have to make that decision. What do you want? What do you want with your life? Do you want to join God as He brings healing into the world, as He brings equity and fairness and justice into the world? Or do you want to continue choosing to do what you want to do? Doing what's right in your own eyes, as opposed to trusting that God knows what's best and God knows how to heal the world. And so you can trust Him and trust what He says and obey His word with your life and be a part of the solution to bring healing to a world that desperately needs it. And so we're going to ask you some questions. We're going to talk about this a little bit more below, so you can scroll through, you can answer some of those questions, and we'll take it from there.